Hi, my name is Jelvi and I'd like to share with you my experience learning through RMIT Online. RMIT Online delivers future skills short courses, undergraduate and postgraduate degree. I have recently completed the Customer Experience Strategy and Design course and I'm currently enrolled in the Product Management course. Both courses take 6 weeks to complete and are part of the Future Skills short courses delivered through RMIT Online. Accessibility, industry expertise and the learner experience really stood out for me as I reflect on my learning experience through RMIT Online. Before the commencement of your course, you'll be invited to an induction webinar where you'll be introduced to Canvas and Slack. I downloaded both these apps on my mobile and made sure that they're accessible through my laptop as I plan to use both devices to learn. There will be information provided during the induction on how to get help for technical issues. So for example, if you can't log in to any of those apps or if you can't access your courses online. So it's a really great way to ask any questions or to find out more information about how you can get started. Obviously, any questions to do with the course materials itself will need to be directed to your mentors. Let me show you what Canvas looks like by accessing it through my phone. In Canvas, you can access completed courses and also the course you are currently enrolled in. As I mentioned earlier, I have recently completed Customer Experience Strategy and Design, and I'm currently enrolled in Advanced Product Management. Let's have a look at the modules in Customer Experience and Design. The courses run for a certain number of weeks and there is a module for each week. This particular course ran for 6 weeks. As you can see, there are 6 modules. The modules take you through different topics and there are tasks you can complete in order to test your knowledge and practice your skills. There are videos you can watch, links to podcasts, and additional articles you can read to extend your learning. These usually contain insights and experience from people in the industry. It's a wonderful way to hear how your learning experience translates into the real world. My favorite is all the tools and templates provided to help you complete tasks. I definitely save them in my resource collection. They really help in terms of giving me direction in how to complete something. Sometimes I find the struggle is in where to start. Each module ends with a milestone. However, for the courses that I have completed, I only had to submit 2 milestones, usually in weeks 2 and 4. These are called checkpoints, and they are really helpful for you to submit even though they're not compulsory, because you will then receive feedback from your mentor and you can then make sure that you're on the right track to complete your final project. The final project is usually due at the end of the course. In the course that I've completed and the current one that I'm enrolled in, the final project is a combination of all the milestones. So if you're on track in completing your milestones every week, you should be fine when it comes to completing your final project. Don't forget, you do get all your materials up front, so it's really up to you how you want to pace yourself. I like to go through the modules for each week before the weekly webinar. That way I can ask questions if I don't understand something, or if I need some examples to make sure I'm on the right track. There is also a dedicated Slack channel for every week. So you can discuss certain modules and share information that is relevant to what is covered in that week. For some of the tasks, you'll also be required to share your work for feedback from your peers. RMIT Online has partnered with Credly, who will issue your digital credential once you have successfully completed the course. This can be shared on LinkedIn, a great addition to your profile and well deserved too. As mentioned, there are 2 checkpoints with milestones that you need to submit for mentor feedback. These milestones are made up of some of the tasks you have completed as you work through the modules. Mentor feedback will let you know if there's something missing or if you're on the right track. Either way, the feedback should help you ensure that your final project is completed the best way possible. For the course that I've completed and the current one I'm working through, the final project is, as I mentioned, a collection of all the milestones I had completed in the modules. You will have to submit the final project on time. This is recommended in case you must resubmit if the project does not meet the requirements in the rubric. There is a weekly webinar where your mentors will go through the modules for the week. These can run during the day or in the evenings. Sometimes your mentor will do a poll so then you can vote on what time is suitable for you. So this is a really great forum to ask questions, share your experiences, share your concerns, and also to check your understanding. The main thing to remember is if you can join, please do so. I encourage you to be proactive and use the time well. However, if you're unable to attend due to clashing commitments, then try to watch the webinar at the same time every week. This way you can ask any questions or contribute to discussions in the Slack channel before too much time has passed. I've had to miss one or two webinars, however, I find it to be such a great experience when I do join live. The one-on-one catch-up with your mentor must be reserved in Canvas, and it usually runs for 15 minutes. This is a great opportunity to ask your mentor about the final project or just to have a chat about their experience and about the industry in general. So let me tell you a little bit more about my one-on-one catch-up with my mentors, both from the course that I've recently completed and from my current course as well, as I found that both experiences were quite different from each other. So for my first course, my mentor and I had our catch-up really to discuss what I can do moving forward with the skills I've acquired, with the skills that I have acquired, and also with my experience. She was really great at sharing some insights with me about the industry, about the types of work that I could be doing, and also what I can think about for the future. I really appreciated having that time with her because I think that's really something that you can't get from a traditional course where you can just have a conversation about your career, and also for someone who has great connections and can really point me in the right direction. In that case, I didn't really need much help for my final project, and that is why I scheduled my one-on-one catch-up with my mentor for the last week of the course, which was week 6. For my current course, I actually needed help with my final project, so I scheduled my catch-up with my mentor on week 4. And this, I thought, will give me enough time to get some feedback, to check my understanding, and also to get any additional links to resources that can help me with my final project. So as you can see, there are different types of conversations that you can have during your one-on-one mentor catch-up. Even if you don't need help with your final project, it's good to just have a chat to someone about your career options, and they are really someone from the industry, your connection to the industry. So take advantage of that time with them, because I think it's really valuable, and it's really nice that you can have the experience of talking to someone about what you've learned, what you've taken away, and also it's a good time to give them some feedback about the course as well. Okay, so let me give you some tips on how to optimize your learning experience. I think it's really important to schedule time during the week to review course materials, complete your activities and your tasks, and make sure that you complete your milestones on time. So if you have a course that's similar to mine, where it needs 10 hours a week approximately, then what I currently do is set aside 2 hours each weeknight to review my course materials and complete my activities. The reason I do that is because I work during the day and I also have children, so for me I need them to be in bed before I can have some time to review and completely focus on what I need to do. And have a backup plan. So in case something happens and for some reason you can't study during the week, perhaps set aside some time on the weekend to catch up on your studies as well. So, make sure you don't fall behind, because it does go very quickly. We're talking about my course anyway, it was only 6 weeks. So no matter what, you've got your final project due on the 6th week. So it's really important that you do your milestones so that you're on track. And you do have, the final project is a collection of all the milestones you've completed. So it's really important that you're not behind, you're leaving everything till the last minute. It's really important to try and attend the webinar if you can and be proactive. So, ask your questions, share your experience when prompted by your mentors. And, it's not fun teaching an online class where nobody responds. So, have that empathy for them, but also for your own benefit. Do share your experience, whether good or bad, because that's still going to be a learning experience for everybody. And if you do have any concerns, raise them during the webinar. If you need more resources to help you understand the course material, then ask for your mentor to post some on Slack or to send you some. And someone else might be having the same issue, and if your mentor understands that or finds out that you're all having a very similar issue, they might also take that feedback and update the course material so that the next class won't face the same issue. I think that it's really important to submit your milestones, even though they're not compulsory, just so that you can get feedback on whether you're on track or whether you have some gaps that you might want to focus on to ensure that your project is done to the best of your ability. So even though they're not compulsory, do submit them and try your best to do the tasks and activities as much as you can. I think that it's important to, listen to the podcast, watch the videos, access the extra learning materials, and also try and use as much of the tools and templates provided. It's a really good way to practice. And, sometimes it can be quite overwhelming, because for me especially, it was completely new. Everything was new. So, I felt like I had to get a different side of my brain to really work on this. But it's really important that you just give it your best try, and then that way the more feedback you receive, the more you can improve, and at the end at least you've tried your best and you come away with some tools, techniques and templates that you can use. And I find that they're applicable even for my own work, and I'm not working in the customer experience or product space, but those tools, techniques and templates were very useful for me anyway. Make sure that you have time to review the post in Slack. So if you're currently in week 3, make sure that you have a look at what's been posted in week 3, and it might be feedback, answers to questions, or even some useful resources that you can use towards your milestones and final project. So, don't leave it to week 6 to try and read all the Slack posts, because that's going to be too much and too overwhelming. So my suggestion is try to keep up to date with the week you're in. So in week 2, read the course materials, read the modules for week 2, read the and any of the Slack posts for week 2, and that way you're up to date and you're accessing that source of information specific for that week. Don't forget to send any questions or concerns you have on Slack, so don't wait until the webinar because that might be too late. Remember, you've only got a certain number of weeks, and it's just important to keep up with the week you're at. So I think that's all my tips for optimizing your learning. Thank you for allowing me to share my experience with you. It's been a wonderful journey to learn through RMIT Online. I know that for a lot of people it might be something that is quite new to learn through webinars, and to not be face-to-face and meet your peers and meet your teachers. but I think that I did get so much out of this experience. I learned a lot, and as I mentioned, the courses were not in any way something that I'm familiar with, so I'm not working in that industry right now, but I did find that the interactions with my peers, the interactions with my mentors who were industry experts were really beneficial to helping me understand more about the subject matters that I was learning about, and I hope that it will be a similar experience, if not better, for you. So if you are thinking about learning or doing a course from RMIT Online, please go for it. I hope this video will motivate and encourage you, and I hope that you will be able to share your experience through the comments, and also if you have any more questions about my experience, please don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section as well. So hopefully as I learn I can share more, and I hope that it will inspire others to go through the learning experience as well. Bye.